Alrighty, yo guys, Beast, back with more basic content. Today, we are going to be playing some No Man's Sky. So, today's wonderful video today is going to be a guide over navigation data. So, navigation data is one of those things you need very, very heavily when it comes to the building in this game, and I'm going to be showing you my favorite method of obtaining it. So, first things first. Things you're going to need. Like always, we're going to do this. So first things first, we're going to head to our freighter and key items. This is just one of my storage containers I've renamed. You're going to need some navigation data in order to be doing this. I am not doing a navigation data farm today. Navigation data is pretty easy to come by. Most space stations, there's like 2 or 3 laying around every single space station. You can also just reload the space station and keep collecting navigation data there. But regardless, however you decide to obtain it, whether you find some navigation data plants or whatever else, get some navigation data and then go and buy yourself some of these specific charts. So you're going to want planetary chart commercial cartography data. This will allow us access to trade systems or trade stations as well as minor settlements. Minor settlements and trade stations are the 2 best places to be going for some salvage data. Another thing worth checking is that sometimes galactic terminals can indeed have some salvage data. As you can see, we have one in here. We're just going to go ahead and double check. I don't think it's very common, but I do believe there's a possibility for them to have some salvage data. So, well, we didn't have any salvage data. We do have some magnetized ferrite, and may I just say, finally having access to the galactic terminal in my base has added just a nice little touch of extra ferrite dust to my life. That's the main use of it. But we're going to go ahead and hop on our ship. It doesn't really matter where you do this or what system you're in. I mean, the only thing that's really going to matter and why I would suggest go ahead and finding yourself a 3-star galaxy is just because 3-star galaxies are going to give you the highest chance of finding an S-rate multi-tool. Also, the ships in this galaxy will be spawning higher if it's a 3-star galaxy. The way you know what star your galaxy is, I'll go ahead and quickly show you what I have installed on my spaceship. What you're going to have to go to the anomaly and learn, and we have Atlas like straight up actually being an update of quest. So weird. Anyway, we're gonna go and what are we after here? So we need to know what's on our spaceship. So here it is. We have an economy scanner, an upgrade to the starship's galactic scale sensors. This is upgradable in the anomaly. You can go to the anomaly, go to the back, and go upgrade your starship. Unlock that blueprint and get that installed if you want to be able to scan for these galaxies. However, if you are not able to currently scan for the starring of your galaxy, any starring will work. This is just you going to be missing out on... You're not missing out because it's always a chance of an S-rate spawning. Just it's a higher chance in a 3-star galaxy, so you have the best probability of getting everything you want in a 3-star galaxy. So, once we find a 3-star galaxy, we will be there and I will be back. Ooh, here we go, Gex 3-star. Looks like I think scientists, there's something going on. Alrighty, so, upon arrival to the 3-star galaxy, we can go ahead and start using these. As you can see, transmission tower, using them in space actually does you the best, because it doesn't give you any sort of animation. So, unfortunately, we didn't really get anything too good there. We did get a transmission tower and a planetary archive. If I remember correctly, the planetary archives do at least have galactic terminals. So, we'll head on into this one. And, like I said, this is the item you're going to want to be using. Minor settlements or... the other one being trade stations are the 2 you're mainly wanting to go after. Planetary whatevers are the better one to go to compared to the transmission tower, unless you're after those for a specific reason. Then hey, you also get those in the mix here. But I don't really care for those. I never really get anything useful out of going to one of those. And then I miss the code up, and then it's just like, yeah, we're not giving you anything. But these aren't bad. There is a couple, I think, actually trade areas here that do sell salvage data. So it's not a complete bust to go to this one, but the only one actually going to be giving them multi-tool is the minor settlement. And the trade towers, or the trade, whatever they call it, I think trade posts. I just like the trade post because usually I can get someone to buy my nip for like 3.6% plus in a Get Galaxy. Well, actually, I think I've had more, and here we go. See, this is what I'm talking about. Even though we weren't even excited about this, there's 2 salvage data, and look, a navigation data refunded, at least one so far, refunded just from this. So we've got our salvage data back, or we got our navigation data back out of going to this one. So that's a good thing. One of them on the table right now I don't even want to go to. I have my standing up with these guys a little bit, so they give me a little bit of something. I think there's a galactic terminal right here that might have some. So far we got 2 just from this spot. No, it doesn't, but it does have almost 500 pure ferrite, and we build way too much, so we're going to need all of that. Might even need that, and probably some sodium for sodium nitrate. So, let's get on into the next place. We're going to go ahead and pop one of these. This is what happens when you pop it here. The instant it gives you the little update, you can pop another one. In case it doesn't. Planetary Archive, we're popping another one. Let's see where it's at now. And we can't pop anymore, so we just wait for the other one. Trade post. Okay, so we're actually going to go to the next Planetary Archive, and then we'll hit up that trade post. Because those are the only 2 places we have. But as you can see here, we've already got 2 salvage data. I prefer to find a miner settlement. That is the best thing to find because of multi-tools, but also because I've usually gotten 3 to 4 navigation data per miner settlement when I do visit it. That is for some much faster gains than 2 navigation data, but that is okay. Let's go to this next archive and see what is poppin'. Alright guys, so moment of truth. Will this man even have any salvage data? Like I said, I don't like going to these. And then look, 2 navigation data back. So this gave us more than how much navigation data we put in to get here. I mean, we did put 2 in, but we also got a trade post for this. And we will eventually visit that other one just because it is a navigation data. We'll also go ahead and check the galactic terminal here just in case. Very unlikely, but it's okay. We will get this copper though, and a platinum. We'll buy that too, and some silver. Why not? There are other things you can do while you're getting this navigation too. I like to turn it into a shopping trip for resources for base building and such. And also, you know, just crafting and things. I will say my storage is running a little bit low nowadays because, but we did do a large nip sale the other day. We're feeling pretty good. We're feeling like some true geklords in the building. $169 million in smuggled goods sold, guys. But next place, here we go. Also, we're gonna go and pop another one of these and see if we can't get ourselves what we're actually after here besides the trade post. Trade post is pretty good though. There is a decent chance of salvage data there. But shelter detected, that one is one of the worst ones you can get, though it's not always terrible because sometimes shelters do have a miner settlement attached. Look at this thing. B rank, weird. Anyway, it's pretty small for B rank. My ship's a really small ship. Anyway, we will be back. And once again, we're gonna have to be running from the stinking cops. So, the space police are always catching me with a spaceship full of nip bud for some reason. Every single day, I really need to get. No, you're not getting my nip. Okay, just we're gonna have to do this. This is just gonna have to be it. Yeah, well, you can do that all you want. I'm still gonna go 2,000 units per second. So we're going super fast here. They'll never catch us. So we'll be back in a second, guys. We gotta ditch these cops and we'll be there. Alrighty guys, so we went ahead and started the installation of a scan deflector. I have been needing to get one of these in my spaceship for a very long time, being that I do like to go planetary selling of my nip sometimes for maximum value. I probably need one because if I was on a harder difficulty, I would get obliterated. I have debated on starting the game on higher difficulties before and playing through it again. I keep debating on that. We need to go to a criminal galaxy to be able to install that, it does look like. And why does it act like we've already done shopping at this terminal? That's terrible. It acts like we've used this terminal. So, the trade post was actually the biggest bust here. For this farm salvage data, you really don't want trade posts. Planetary archives have good salvage data usually. Minor settlements have it. But trade posts are really not looking good for me. At least with anything else, you know, it's better. But it looks like we're gonna just go ahead and activate another one of these. We are having really bad luck. We can't even use the chart. Wow. I guess we need to go to that shelter and see what turns up. Let's go. And of course, we have discovered all 4 planets on this. This is one of the systems I've already explored pretty heavily. But I have explored this system pretty heavily. I have used a whole bunch of these maps. I'm not surprised that it's starting to slow down. And it looks like it's by something, but I don't think this... Sweet farm. I don't know. We could look at it, but I'm not going to right now. Watcha! Here is this. So this is definitely not a trade terminal. There is some sort of traveler in here, so we'll go ahead and speak to this traveler. You know, we always need our glyphs. You know, I actually don't use the glyph portal that much currently. Yes, yes, I'll find your grave later. I have found a traveler recently, but we'll do this. Corvex Tower. So this one is saying 35, 8, 13, 21, 35. I doubt it. 38. Where did you get 21 from? See, we're in the middle of a video, so 35. No, see, I always get it wrong. So, usually we sit there and think about it, there's some sort of math to it or something. There's always something to it. It's just very interesting to figure out what. Also, that'd be a cool head to unlock, I guess, even though it's terrible. Okay, let's try it again. Come on, luck be with us. Luck be with us. Luck be with us. We'll use one more. Shelter detected. First one. Second one. Well, that's minor settlement. Oh my goodness, finally. I thought we were never going to get one of these in the video. So, this is really where you want to find your salvage data at. Like I said, this is also a great shopping trip for all of your needs, especially if you're working on a nip farm or anything of the sort. You will be needing to go to these just to be getting some of the goods you need. You can find dihydrogen jelly, you can find dihydrogen. One of the suggestions I will say for dihydrogen is criminal galaxies. Dihydrogen becomes a very common element when it comes to being sold in the galactic terminals. You will be able to find pure dihydrogen in a criminal galaxy way easier at the galactic terminal. So if you're looking for dihydrogen, might suggest going to a criminal galaxy and just checking the galactic terminals. As a matter of fact, you might even be able to just buy it straight from the black market at the space station and have enough dihydrogen for what you need. But here we go. Let's see what the terminal has first. Pugnium, we always buy this when we see it just because we drive around in a salvage Sentinel, so you know we need that pugnium to keep our ship going. But as you can see, did this even have solar mirrors or anything? No. Ooh, ferrite dust, we'll buy that. And oxygen, cobalt. This is more like my daily shopping on this game. And I do shopping every single day on this game just because I build way too much. I usually don't harvest my materials, I just build them. But we're going to do one more thing here. We're going to check here. 1 salvage data, that's the worst one I've gotten. But we've got 3 navigation data back. But as you can see here, not only, and also, if you look around here, usually there's going to be salvage data, or I mean navigation data laying around here. There might not be. Yeah, there should be one right there. That should be that blue cube. Yeah, encrypted navigation data. As you can see, more navigation data. It didn't give it. I don't know if it gave it for sure. We'll find out. And this just opens. Okay. So, I do believe that is about the end of the video. You do get what I am telling you here. You're just going to have to keep using these maps and keep going to these different places. This thing looks sweet. Oh, imagine that as an S-Class. I could rock it. I could rock it. But I'm out, guys. Go ahead and leave a like on the video if it did help you. This is the best way to find some salvage data. This, I can get to an easy 20 salvage data from this super fast. We're already at 3. We've had some bad luck on the buildings we've gotten. Might want to go to a different galaxy if you're having this bad luck. maybe an undiscovered galaxy, one where you haven't explored all the planets. But I would be suggesting those 3-star galaxies just for the best outcome when it comes to finding S-Class multi-tools. But I am out, guys. See you. Keep it beast mode.